Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to VLR, everyone. Last time, we realized that we have the world's funniest protagonist duo got caught up with a rabbit trying to kill us on Easter, found an ancient mummy inside our group, and then proceeded to dial up a sex hotline, among other things.
Yeah.
Last
time was a trip.
That and trying to scratch off a woman's boobs, but it didn't work.
Yes.
Look, have you never played scratch cards? You gotta scratch off all the peelies.
I agree.
I know, right? No, I literally watched that part, and I'm like, bro, same.
And now we gotta figure out what the fuck do.
Yep, so we had just escaped from the escape room, and now we find ourselves in a hallway. We made our way down the hallway, and at the end, waiting for us.
Everybody!
Hey, looks like the gang's all here. What's up?
Nothing's up. We left our room, and it left.
And ended up here.
Sigma, let me see that map you found earlier.
Oh yeah, we found a map.
Right.
Okay, so the X's are doors that we cannot enter.
I presume so. Oh. No matter which door we took, all of them led back here.
That's the same as the map we found in the lounge.
The lounge?
Oh, we found something like that too. Our room was in
We also have a map?
That's so. We found ours in the crew quarters.
Maybe we should sit down for a bit and exchange information.
No. There's plenty of time for that after we check out this elevator.
I mean, she's got a point.
She does have a point.
What else are you gonna? What else are you gonna do for awkward elevator conversations?
Exactly.
Make small talk.
This is a very level-headed group so far.
Trust me, shit will hit the fan eventually.
What the? Oh, this is just like the other floor.
These doors have colors on them too. The one on the left is green. The one in the middle is blue. And the one on the right is red.
Are these chromatic doors? Look, there's a box here. It looked like the ones we saw earlier.
Locked, huh?
No, child, they're not chromatic doors. They're oversized fruit by the foot. What the fuck do you think they are?
Damn it,
Yeah.
now I kind of want fruit by the foot now.
Don't tempt
No, you
me.
don't. You do not want fruit by the foot. You want the memory of fruit by the foot. The reality is far more disappointing.
Oh, I have had fruit by the foot recently. It holds up. Yeah.
The last time
all
I had
fudge.
fruit by the foot was like maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, just like the other doors. No good trying to force it open, I suppose.
Is something wrong, Alice? You've been staring at your bracelet.
Oh, no, I'm fine. But it looks like my guess was right. The numbers have changed.
Numbers? Oh, yeah, the time left. Looks like oh my god, that's a lot of time. 2 hours, 6 minutes.
Ah, for fuck's sake. You telling me we're gonna have to just sit around here for another 2 hours?
Yep.
Yeah, looks like we don't have a choice then. We gotta head back. Clover, how about you show him that note we found?
Oh, okay, hold on. Huh? Was it something about supplementary rules? 'Cause we found a note just like that. It was in the infirmary.
Yeah, we found one too. It was in the safe in the crew quarters. Here are a few
We've
more
already
rules
read
for you.
this.
Right.
So as long as we unlock the door, so that means like if we wanted to visit, say, the infirmary or the lounge, we can just go up, doop 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 doop, and be like, all right, let's go in, and nothing will happen.
Yep. If that's true,
and we can go in no problem. Okay.
Then we can all go back the way we came and get into the warehouse.
I don't think Zero's saying we can. I think he's saying we have to. Otherwise, what's the point of that key card?
You mean this? The Ambidex room key.
We found some too.
That makes 6 then. 1 for each AB room.
Let's head back to the warehouse.
So when Zero says jump, we say how high, huh?
If you don't like it, stay here. Stupid angry mutt watching the door sounds about right.
Asshole. Better hope I don't have rabies, you self-satisfied old turd.
Well, what's it going to be? Are you going to go back with us? Or are you staying here by yourself?
All right, fine. I'm going.
Back up we go.
Hello, Zint.
Hello. Man, that would be tragic if going back to the Ambidex room, like, required us to do a thing that wasted all of our 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Yeah. At least 03 is a bit more kind. I also appreciate that this game shows you a visual of where you're going.
This is the crew quarters,
Yes,
huh?
I very much appreciate that.
Just as the note
It's
said.
much. What's the word? It's easier to look at and digest the shit than the building queue in
Right.
in 999 because
I kept
that's a
pulling up
little
the
bit.
map for that one.
Yeah, but here I feel like it's easier to look through because for the ship map it looks a little bit too. You couldn't really tell where were the halls and passageways and shit.
The facility we're stuck in this time is a lot more easy to understand from the map. The downside from the transition scenes, though, is that in total they clock in more than 1 hour of the game's runtime.
We had no trouble getting in here.
That means we can go to the infirmary or the lounge.
Yeah, we can check out any of them.
Also, I have to say though, I feel like when it comes to these games,
Look, Grandpa!
I feel like 999 had more visual appeal. This is just more. This is
Actual mechanical appeal, but we'll get more into that when we get into the
yeah.
They got a poster of a lady in here. It looks like the ones you got back home.
Wow.
This one's pretty.
Oh no.
I think we're talking at least 14, maybe even 15 EU.
Oh,
Oh,
God, I don't
boy.
even want to know what an EU is.
Child, why are you in this conversation?
I sure would like to take it home with me. Unfortunately, I don't think this is really the time for that. Let's keep
Fun
moving.
fact, EU is erotic units.
Oh great.
Oh my god.
Thanks. That is
Whoa,
something I did
hold
not
on.
need to know today.
Grandpa? Since when were they buddies?
Well, they probably bonded over their shared love of old school porn.
Or had they always been that close? In other words, they'd known each other before the notary game, and if Cork was calling Tenmyoji Grandpa, maybe they were even related. Alice and Clover seemed to be close too. Just how many of these people knew each other already?
Let's go, buddy. I can't wait to get out of here and back to my,
Oh,
Grandpa
apparently
over
Zin says there's a solar eclipse
You mean
tomorrow.
the ones you keep in the locked cabinet?
Interesting.
Oh my God.
I don't know if
You're being too loud, Quark. You have to say these things quietly.
I was joking when I said that they bonded over their shared love of old school porn. Come the fuck on, game.
holy.
Doesn't mean Quark has seen any of it.
How old is Quark? Like
He knows
10?
what it is. It doesn't mean he's actually exposed to it.
I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely like a minor. He's like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're finally done. You were taking so long. I hopped off for a little nap.
You're an AI. You don't need to
Yawning?
sleep.
Really? You're just a computer program. You don't get tired.
Hey, VO. My temper's got a hair trigger, and you're awfully close to pulling it. So
Okay, here's a
I'd
question.
Watch my mouth if I were you.
Why is it that Zero calls Dio B.O.?
Because he's
Because
giving
he gives
everyone
everyone-
insulting nicknames.
Yeah, Phi and like he calls Phi Siggy, he calls Phi Fido, he calls Alice Alas, he calls Luna Mooney, he calls Quark Quark, he calls EOG 10 Meoldi, and he calls Zero BO. I mean, so he calls fucking Dio BO. God, I'm mixing up names at this point.
He calls
And then
Clover
calls,
Cleaver.
Anyway.
Yes, we don't know what he calls K. We don't know what he calls K.
Otherwise,
Well, do you really need me to spell it out?
Forget it.
That's a good boy. Alrighty, let's get back to what we were talking about earlier. Namely, how do you get more BP?
We go into the AB rooms, right? Look. We've got some keys for them right here. Kay and Quark have 2 each, so we've all got 6 together.
But who goes into what room?
That doesn't really matter. Anybody can go into any room.
But there are only 6 rooms.
Didn't I tell you? The 2 members of a pair share the same destiny.
Then you mean both members of a pair need to go into the same room?
Yes, yes, yes.
What do we do after we go into the room?
play a game. Just like it says on the door. You play the Ambidex game!
Wait, what's ambidex supposed to mean anyway?
I would guess it's short for ambidextrous. Most use the word to refer to the ability to use both of one's hands, instead of favoring the left or right. But it can also be taken to mean someone who is duplicitous or two-faced.
It's a game of betrayal, then.
Well, yes, I guess you could put it that way.
Then what's the nonary game?
Oh, that refers to the whole enchilada. The nonary game is a game where you try to open the number 9 door and escape. The Ambidex game is just a mini game you play as part of the larger one. Make sense?
Like hell. This shit is confusing.
Is it? Or is it that you're just a few carrots short of a bushel? What do you think, Neo?
Arrogant little bastard.
Well, that's just how I am. So you better get used to it. Now, could I have you all move to the AB room, please? I'll give you more specifics once everyone's inside. I think it'll probably be easier to understand that way.
Kay, Quark, and myself each gave 1 card to Luna, Alice, and 10 Myoji. Then we headed into the AB rooms. There wasn't really any discussion about who'd go into which door, but Phi and I found ourselves heading toward the leftmost room. Looks like everyone else has gone in already. Think we should head in too?
Why are you asking me? Just hurry up and get in there.
Okay. God, she's getting really sick of my tendency to just say what I'm going to do instead of doing it.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
What? This game's got a time limit too?
Something wrong?
No, nothing. There's no one here.
What are you talking about? Of course there isn't anyone here.
Well, yeah, I know.
Let's get inside.
Yeah, right.
This looks just like the room we woke up in.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing that's different. Yeah. Looks like there's something on it. The Ambidex game will now begin. To enter your vote, please touch the start button on your screen. Once you have entered your vote, the door will lock automatically. It will not open again until the polling period has finished.
Genius move.
Shit! What the hell are you doing, you idiot?
What? I just pressed the start button.
Did you even read what it said? Once you press that button, it locks the door for 40 minutes. Now, thanks to your stupid ass, we're stuck in here for almost an hour.
Oh, really?
Yes, really.
I mean, it's not like we had a choice.
You could have done literally anything for those 40 minutes.
Hey! Looks like everybody's closed their AB gates.
Yeah, Dragon Cat, I'm not sure what the game will be. Like, my initial assumption is not something that should take 40 minutes. AB gate?
That's the door to the AB room, silly. You're in the AB room right now. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be continuing my earlier explanation.
Now, let's get this party started! Let me tell you about the AB game. Since it's a game, you're obviously going to have an opponent. But it's not like this is a battle royale where you just fight everybody. Each round will be a one-on-one battle. Mono a mono, or mono a womano. Well, there are 2 people in each pair, aren't there?
So it'll be more of a 2-on-1 battle, I guess.
Now, I imagine you're all wondering who your opponent is going to be. It's actually really easy. You'll be competing against whoever you paired up with to go through the chromatic doors.
Oh. Fun.
For example, Siggy and Fido paired up with Alas and went through the cyan door, didn't they? That means that Siggy and Fido will be playing against Alas.
And it goes the other way too.
Alas's opponent will be Siggy and Fido. Obviously, that means Potassium and Clevo's enemy will be Hemioli.
Oh, K is potassium.
Yep.
And BO and Quirk's enemy will be...
I would have just gone for JK.
Well, I guess enemy isn't really the right word, is it? After all, if you choose ally, then they're your ally.
What? Don't get it? Well, don't worry. Just listen while Zero the Third explains it all.
First, I want everybody to focus on the screen on the device in the back of the room. You should see A, ally, and B, betray on it. Do you?
All you guys have to do is pick!
Oh, great.
Just pick one of those easy options!
You wanted a prisoner's dilemma, didn't you, Tase?
Yeah,
this
you
is literally just
something about a prisoner's dilemma last time.
Yeah, literally just prisoner's
Up
dilemma.
or down, depending on what you pick.
It's a little complicated, and some of you are a little slow. So, I made this handy chart. The plus and minus are from your point of view. So, let's say you choose ally, and so does your opponent. You'll get 2 BP, and so will they.
And you'll all get a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside.
We call that
The best pals outcome. Just puts a smile on your face, doesn't it?
next is what you get if you choose ally, but your opponent chooses to betray. If that happens, you lose 2 BP, and they get 3. We call that the stupid jerk face outcome.
Somebody did that to me, I'd skin them and stew them with some taters.
The third choice is the opposite of that. It's when you choose betray, but your nice, innocent opponent chooses ally. This time, you're the one who gets 3 BP, and they're the one who loses 2. We call that the serves them right outcome. I mean, what were they thinking? Choosing ally was a stupid choice, and there's nothing for you to feel guilty about. And finally, the very last scenario. This is when you choose betray, and so does your opponent. If that happens, neither of you gets or loses anything. Absolutely zero change in behavior.
Boring. We call this the why even bother outcome. As the game master here, this is the situation I want to avoid the most.
You're probably wondering about the pairs, aren't you? Well, let me explain. Remember how I told you that both people in a pair share a destiny? Well, that applies here too. The two of you only get one vote. You get to choose once between ally or betray.
That doesn't mean you split your points, though.
You both get 3 points, or lose 2 points, or whatever. In other words, what you see on this chart is what you get.
I mean, this is an easy choice.
Okay then. I think that about does it for the basic rules. Well, actually, there's a little bit more, but it'll just have to wait, I guess.
What? Why does it have to wait?
Let me guess. We start with 3 BP, and if we go down to 0, we die.
I mean, yeah,
I'm calling it right now.
I kind of figured as much.
Hush now. It'll be okay.
No, it won't.
30 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Taze, you two
I've
are a
gotta
pair.
hop along
You
now.
need to dictate what you choose.
Sorry, what?
Ally.
Yeah, I would pick ally.
Don't do something harebrained and wait until the last minute. You got plenty of time, so think it out. Bye-bye now. Have a nice trust.
Like, I'm guessing that the number of BP on the thing is I'm guessing that the number of BP is visible on your wrist, so anyone would be able to see, oh, they betrayed us. We can never trust them, and we should always pick betray, and that means that we never get BP again.
Yeah, that's a thought. I was going from a completely different aspect. I don't want to hurt Alice.
That too.
Also,
like just
from a
pure
metagame perspective, these kinds of things, generally the hopeful outcome is the most positive one. Though I do have a secondary meta knowledge, which is probably getting the best score is something relegated to a multiple playthrough kind of situation. So you know how everyone's going to vote ahead of time.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, it's just also from a pure game theory, there is literally no benefit in betraying, because the thing is, if you ally every time, then the lowest number of rounds until you get 9 points is 3 rounds. Yeah. Assuming that you're starting with 3 BP.
Yes.
If you betray, then the lowest number of rounds before you get 9 points would be 2. But that's only if you betray twice in a row. And if you betray on the very first round, no one is ever going to trust you again. So the optimal play would be to ally until it would get you enough points to until betraying would get you enough points to escape. And
also
the break point would the break point doesn't work out. You would still have to wait 3 rounds. So there's no point.
Well, another thing of note if we're considering the total amount of points among the group entirely, because that may be an advantageous thing to have, well, both people allying is plus 4 points to everyone in the group. If anyone picks betray, at most you're getting plus 1 point to the group. That's a loss of 3 points across the board. Anyway.
Yeah, this is a poorly designed prisoner's dilemma. Come on, Zero. I expected better from you.
It's only poorly designed if everyone's smart. Anyway, let's proceed.
Stu, is this spoilers if I say this?
Probably.
Type it to me.
Man, what are we going to
About
do?
the AD game?
Yeah. Should we choose ally or betray?
Yeah, it's a tough call. This is really kind of an interesting game. Seems like it's based on the prisoner's dilemma.
What's that?
You've never heard of it? It's a thought experiment that uses game theory to examine why people
I
do or
accidentally
don't
typed it to
cooperate.
Loey.
I mean, he's also.
Let's say Apple and Banana have committed a serious crime.
Apple and Banana?
I just gave them the first names I thought of. They don't mean anything. Anyway.
Come on, Alice and
Apple
Bob.
and Banana are caught by the police and sent off to separate cells far away from one another. In other words,
Wait,
there's no
shit,
way
we
for them
have
to
an actual
contact
Alice
each other.
in the party.
And they're not like telepaths or something.
I mean, they might be.
So that's the setup. You following me?
Yeah, keep going.
So, a detective shows up. He visits each cell and tells them both exactly the same thing. Goes something like this.
You can both clam up if that's what you want. We're gonna have to put you both in the slammer for 2 years if you do. Now, if you flip on your pal over there, tell me everything.
What's up, Loey?
It's a hi, Sojiro.
It is Sojiro's voice.
I knew it sounded familiar.
I can get your sentence reduced to 1 year. That means your buddy will serve 15, but that ain't your problem, right? Of course, if he decides to spill the beans, it goes the other way. He gets 1 year, and you get to spend 15 years eating government cheese. You're probably wondering if both of you confess. Well, I can shave off a little time for saving me trouble, but you'll still both do 10 years. So, punk, what's it gonna be? You gonna give me what I want? Or you gonna keep that trap shut? Of course, I told your partner the same thing I just told you. I wonder if you can trust him to keep the cat in the bag. No rush. Give you plenty of time to think about it.
So, that's the prisoner's dilemma?
Yeah. What would you do? Say you were in Apple or Banana's shoes.
Well, if my erstwhile criminal associate Banana is going to keep his mouth shut, then the best choice for me is to spill the beans. That way I only serve 1 year. But, what if he confesses too? The smart thing would be for me to do the same. After all, if he cuts a deal and I don't, then I'll spend 15 years in prison. If I can confess, I can shave 5 years off of that. That seems like the best choice is always going to be confess.
Interesting. But you're forgetting something important.
Which is?
That Banana will be thinking the same thing. So you'll both confess, and you'll both end up serving 10 years. Do you get it? If you both trusted each other, then neither of you would have served more than 2 years. But because you both made the decision based on your own self-interest, you're gonna spend 8 more years in prison. In other words, the logical decision leads not only to a less desirable outcome on the group level, but also a pretty shitty situation on the personal level too. You see now? The A-B game is the prisoner's dilemma.
Yeah. They're pretty much the same thing. If we trust Alice, we can both increase our BP by 2. But if we don't trust each other, in the long run, it won't benefit either of us.
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting. Let's say for a moment all 9 of us are on one team. Who would we be playing against?
Zero, of course.
Right. So we can assume the 9 of us are fighting Zero in the AB game. If you look at it that way, what would we want to do to beat him? Just look at the point totals. Say we all picked Ally. What would our total points be?
Well, 2 times 9 is 18, so 18 points.
Okay. Now let's say one of the pairs chooses Betray.
The pair who picks Betray will get 3 points each, so in total they'll have 6 points. But the solely betrayed will have 2 points subtracted, so the total gain for that game would only be 4 points. The other two groups would choose ally for that round, right?
Yeah.
So for the other teams, you'll get 6 each. Which will give you 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4, 16 points total.
So, what does that tell you?
If we consider all 9 of us to be on the same team, we need to all always choose ally to get the most points. If even one person chooses betray, the total points we get goes down.
Exactly. In this game, if each individual acts for the benefit of the whole group, everyone benefits. But if everyone starts looking out for themselves, it'll impact the group negatively. And eventually, it'll impact them negatively too. If all of us choose betray, then the group gets 0 points. Ultimately, nobody benefits. Not even the individual.
So the thing is, if we were all smart and all kept always choosing ally, we could all escape. But since we're in a death game and that people aren't really smart, it's gonna take a while.
Anyway.
In other words, selfish but logical decisions hurt everyone. And they hurt you.
Okay, I think I get it. What you're saying is that I should pick ally.
No, I mean the opposite.
What?
If you're going to make the most logical choice here, the only option is betray.
What? Why? You just explained why that was a terrible idea.
No, I didn't. It's not the prisoner's solution. It's the prisoner's dilemma. Even though there's an outcome where everybody's happy, the choice you'd have to make for that outcome isn't the rational one. You want to pick it, but you can't. A dilemma. If we choose ally, and Alice does too, then yes, it'll be great. All 3 of us will get 2 points. That would be ideal, obviously. And it would help everybody. But what if Alice chooses betray?
Our BP will go down to 1.
Right. And if that happens, we're screwed. So...
20 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
unless we can be certain that Alice will choose ally, we don't have a choice. We have to choose betray. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to know that for certain. That means we have to make the rational choice. It would be great to make the right choice.
You pressed the button a bit too quick, but that's fine.
But we can't.
Hey.
I say, fuck that noise.
Did you just say we're screwed? If you don't mind telling me, what did you mean by that? I'm guessing something happens if our BP hits 0, right? I mean, the way you said it sure makes it sound like something's going to happen. Do you know something? You do know something. What are you hiding? Yeah, you know, there's been something weird about you from the moment we met. I mean, for starters, how would you know my name?
Oh, knock it off. This is getting old.
I don't care if it's getting ancient. This is important. I don't know you, but you seem to know me somehow. The only explanation I can think of that makes any kind of sense is that you're working with Zero.
What about you? Are you working with Zero?
Me? Why would you think that?
You're too calm. You wake up trapped in some kind of twisted game and it doesn't even faze you? That hardly seems normal.
Oh, come on. I could ask you the same thing.
Don't change the subject. We're talking about you. Maybe you actually do know me.
What? Where the hell did that come from? Look, I already told you, I've never seen you before in my life.
Oh boy, here comes the Darvo shit.
Sigma. Just let it go. Our time's up. This is it. Before it ends, I wanted to tell you thanks. You know we're about to die, but you still stuck with me. So, thank you, Sigma.
Goodbye.
Huh.
Huh.
More questions than answers.
What was that?
What's wrong?
I
saw
saw
what?
the explosion.
Explosion?
I think there's a bomb somewhere in this building. I'm not sure, but it sounded like it was on a timer. You and I were trying to stop it, but we couldn't do anything, and...
Whoa! Sigma! Calm down! What are you talking about? What is it now?
My head...
It hurts?
Yeah.
You know, you said it hurt when you first woke up in the AB room, too.
It didn't just hurt. It felt like it was going to explode.
Are you alright?
I think so.
Maybe you should rest a little.
Yeah, maybe I could just lay my head on your lap.
Of course, I shouldn't have worried.
Fine, I spent the rest of the time until the door opened in silence. The AB game was forgotten as I tried to make sense of what I'd seen. Had it been real in any way? Or was it just a hallucination brought on by stress, or maybe some strange drug they maybe some strange drug they dosed me with while I was out. It had seemed real, though. What?
Do we not get to actually vote?
It hasn't happened yet, so.
It had seemed real, though. Was it a premonition? I had to stifle a bark of laughter at the thought. Seeing the future? This wasn't some crappy sci-fi novel. This was real life. Things like that didn't happen. I was just tired. The stress in the nonary game was probably getting to me more than I thought. I was tired, and I was emotional. The hallucination was strange, but really, it was perfectly understandable. But what if I wasn't losing it? What if I was fine? Also, does my patch say Danganronpa on the side?
No, I think it says danger.
Okay. What if it had been a hallucination? I sat there for what felt like hours, my mind running in circles.
Five minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
What the hell was that?
What? Do you need a translator? If you don't vote fast enough, then it'll set your vote to ally. Makes sense? Or do I need to use smaller words?
So if you plan to pick ally, then you don't even really need to go into the AB room.
I guess not. We're already in here, though. So we might as well figure out what we're gonna do. What's it gonna be, Sigma? Ally? Or betray?
Why are you even asking? You made it pretty clear that we should choose betray.
Well, I didn't say should. I just said we didn't really have a choice.
That's the same thing.
It's completely different. The former is an active opinion. The latter is just passive information.
Whatever. You still want to betray, right?
Yeah.
Then why did you ask me? So, we never really finished our conversation from earlier. You said that we'd be screwed if our BP dropped to 1. What did you mean by that? Is something going to happen if our BP gets to 0 or something?
We die.
What?
If our BP drops to 0, we die. The needles in our bracelets activate.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, how the hell do you know that? 0 never said anything about it.
I don't know. I swear, I don't. I know somehow. There's just this feeling I've got. Like, that's what'll happen.
Oh, come on. That again? You fed me the same line when I asked you why you knew my name. How can you know all these things when there's no way on Earth... Wait, did you see it?
What?
Did you have some sort of I don't know, premonition?
What?
A deadly premonition, perhaps?
What the hell are you talking about?
Perhaps.
You sounded like a crazy person the first time, too.
Then you haven't...
Seriously, Sigma, are you okay? I think there's something wrong with you.
This was wrong. Fi was supposed to be acting strange, not me. Instead, here she was asking if I was okay. But, what if it wasn't just her? What if I was losing it too? I groaned. My head felt awful. It was like someone had thrown my brain in a food processor and hit puree.
Yeah.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Hey, it's almost time. What are you gonna pick? If you aren't going to do it, then
No, I'm fine. I'll do
You're
it.
gonna choose betray, right?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Alright, take it away.
30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
I stood in front of the selection screen and took a deep breath. This was it. I ran over my options one last time. There was only one possible choice. Oh, I'm gonna betray, alright. I'm gonna betray you!
Round 1 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Congrats on your first big decision.
As Fi and I stepped out of the AB room, I could see the others running toward the projection, shoving and pushing to get closer.
What the hell were you thinking? Did you hear anything I said?
Yeah, I was, and yeah, I did.
Then?
Well, I want to believe in Alice.
It's not really a rational decision.
I know.
It's not rational, and that's the point. The whole
What are you kids doing over there?
the whole thing about the prisoner's dilemma is that it is a trap designed to exploit human nature. And the only way to get out of that trap is to do the dumb thing.
Yes, we're
and
aware.
Give people that chance.
We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Alright.
Good. Looks like you're all here.
Finally, let's get ready to rock!
Ambidex game! Round 1! The results!
Speaking of Guilty Gear references,
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Oh boy!
Well, that's disappointing.
Yeah.
At least I was gonna say at least the numbers are all nice, but I'm like, no, they're not.
it's palindromed.
No, it's not, because there's
Alright,
two
from
sixes.
your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
Well, we're fucked.
Hey, Alice! What the hell is this?
Excuse me? I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
Why? Why did you do it?
I could ask you the same question. Why did you do something as stupid as choose ally?
Why? Haven't you heard of the prisoner's dilemma? The best solution is for all of us to choose ally.
Oh, really? All of us, huh? Kay and Clover chose betray too, you know. Yes. I know about the prisoner's dilemma. but everyone picking ally isn't a reasonable outcome. Just look at the results for this round. What do they tell you? You're a pretty tender-hearted guy to trust somebody you just met. Well, maybe tender-headed would be a little more appropriate in this case. Oh, was that upsetting? My apologies. I'm only trying to warn you.
Alice is right. You made a stupid choice, and thanks to you, our BP is down to 1 now.
God damn it. I set my jaw and stomped away from Alice and Fi. My hands had balled themselves in the fists, but my throat was tight and my eyes stung. Why? Why had she done it? Cork, Dio, and Luna's group, on the other hand, seemed calm, almost happy.
Thank you. I'm so happy you chose Ally.
No problem.
Well, to tell you the truth, Mr. Dio wanted to pick Betray.
What?
Hey!
Mr. Dio told me to pick Betray so that we could get 3 points. He said we could escape together. If we betrayed you, then we'd have 6 BP. And then, if we betrayed someone in the next round, we'd have 9.
Oh, Dio, is this true?
No, that's not what happened at all.
Kidding! I lied. That was a joke. Mr. Dio would never do something like that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It was a joke?
Yeah. Man, he really had me going there.
I really surprised you, huh?
I don't like Cork.
So you really were planning to choose Ally all along? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Don't worry about it. We only did what anybody else would do. Right, Mr. Dio?
Yeah, exactly.
I understand. I guess I just haven't had enough time to earn your trust, huh?
I suppose you could say that. I just didn't really expect you to be so nice about it.
It looked like there had been some sort of argument between Kay, Clover, and Tenmyoji, although whatever it was seemed to have resolved itself amicably.
Zero, when does the next round start?
What makes you think we'll be having another round?
Well, you said round 1. If there's a round 1, then there's likely a round 2.
Besides, didn't you say the goal of the AB game was to get 9 BP? That's impossible without a second round.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. You're right. There will be a second round.
When?
I don't know.
Why not?
The voting happens when an AB gate opens.
They're already open.
Right, you are. So, let me just close them.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 2 of the Ambidex game will be the Moon round. Moon cards will be required to open the gates.
Moon cards? Does that mean we can't use these cards anymore since they've got suns on them?
Yes, indeedy. Now,
You'll have to look for cards with moons on them.
So, how many times do we play the AB game?
I'm going to guess 3.
I don't know. As many times as you need to. It's anybody's guess how long it'll go. But I plan on keeping this party going until somebody opens the number 9 door.
So it's over when someone gets 9 BP.
Nope. As long as that person doesn't open the number 9 door, the game goes on!
Of course, you could also get stuck just below 9 BP, where everybody just keeps going back and forth and you're losing points. After all, if there's nobody with 9 BP, the door can't open. If that happens, you'll just have to continue on to round 3, and round 4, and round 5, round 100, round 2000. You might even go all the way up to round 24,9,004,897. Although, I really hope it doesn't come to that.
Round 53 is my favorite.
What was that?
I said round 53 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Why round 53?
Think about it, Hannah.
Hey, can I ask you something?
I don't know. Can you?
I'm thinking about it.
There's rules about who can go into the secondary doors, right?
That makes sense. Okay, yep.
Like, you have to have 3 people exactly.
Yeah? So?
Well, what about the number 9 door? Are the rules the same?
Nope. There aren't any rules about how many people can go through that door. It could be 1 person, or 2 people, or even all 9 of you. There is one thing though, Siggy. All that stuff about how you have to have 3 people to go through the secondary chromatic doors, maybe it's not 100% true.
What? What do you mean?
Well, you can open the door with just 1 or 2 people if you want.
That's not what you told us.
Well, I didn't want to make things complicated.
Then explain it now.
Just use the bracelets.
What? How?
There's a sort of scanner between the 2 doors. It checks to see if the right people are going through. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's scanning the people.
Oh,
So,
great. It's the same
it's scanning
trick
the
that Ace
bracelets
pulled.
then?
Ding ding ding! As long as the scanner sees the right combination of bracelets, it doesn't matter how many people there are!
But, wait, hold on a minute. Do these things even come off?
No, yes, they do indeed.
Then how do I take it off?
Well, there's 2 ways. The first is to get through the number 9 door and escape. As soon as you're out, the bracelet unlocks all by itself.
What's the second way? Hey, Zero, wake up, will ya? What's the second way?
Oh, Theo. I think you already know.
What?
Do you really want to get rid of that bracelet?
Of course I do.
Oh, well, I see. It's easy. Nothing to it, really. You die.
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses.
You know what an electrocardiogram is, right? Technically, it's a machine that graphs the electric current flowing across the myocardium, but you probably know it as the thing in the hospital with the little light that goes beep, 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 beep. When someone dies on a TV show.
Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching. So, when that signal goes away...
The lock on the bracelet releases, right?
So all you need to do is just have your stand hold your heart still for like a few seconds.
I mean, he's not wrong.
So there you go. The second way. Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off. Apart from that, there's no other way to get the bracelets off. If you try something harebrained, like trying to break them or something, you'll be disobeying the rules. I don't think I need to remind you what happens when you do that.
I mean, I do know of a third way to get the bracelet off. Has anyone
Yes,
here
we
played?
do.
Has anyone here played Slay the Princess?
Yes.
If you're lucky, you might get to see a few of them come off during the next round. Oops. I guess it's not going to be very lucky for some of you, huh?
Next round.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Well, do I have to explain everything? Somebody might die during the next round of the AB game.
There. That's pretty clear, right? If I had to guess, I'd say it's going to be Tenmyaldi. Or Siggy. Oh, or maybe Fido. Or maybe everyone.
What?
Why?
I guess I can tell you why. Anyone whose BP drops to 0 gets penalized. Just like when you break the rules. I'm pretty sure I already told you what the penalty is.
You mean the needles in our bracelets are going to activate and we'll die?
Correct, Siggy. Full marks.
So, Phi had been right. But how had she known before Zero told us?
I see. Phi, Sigma, and I only have 1 BP. That means we'd have less than 0 if we lost 2 points.
Yes, Dragon Cat, the Evil Dead method. I took a moment to go over everything in my head. The AB game would continue until someone opened the number 9 door. There were no rules about how many people could or couldn't pass through the number 9 door. That meant it was possible for everyone to escape. Secondary chromatic doors could be opened by any number of people, as long as you had the right bracelets. Bracelets would only unlock under 2 conditions: if you left the building or if your heart stopped. If your BP hit 0, the needles in your bracelet would activate, killing you.
Oh, one last thing. The next set of chromatic doors you'll be going through are downstairs. You already saw them, right? There should have been 3. Red, blue, and green. That means that to get through, you'll need bracelets in cyan, magenta, and yellow.
But wait, you've already got those bracelets. Have a look. The color's changed, hasn't it?
It did change. I'm yellow now.
So am I.
Me too. It looks like
You're
the
doing
color
double
wasn't the
duty
only
next
thing that
rumor.
changed.
Sorry, what was that?
You're doing double duty next room. Both of your characters are in a pair.
What do you mean?
Well, it looks like our groups have changed too.
Oh.
I was a solo last round, but now it says pair.
Wait, really? Mine still says solo.
It looks like Luna and I both changed, although I've gone from solo to pair.
I'm the opposite. Mine went from pair to solo.
No change here. Still a pair. I guess this must be magenta. Are you two
That
magenta
clearly
too?
is purple.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, it is magenta.
Quark, Clover, and I are cyan.
I think Mr. K and I are pairs. And Miss Clover is a solo?
Looks like it.
Well,
When
there
did
goes
they
my
change?
plan.
Back
What was
when
your
the
plan?
AV gates closed.
To pair up, Alice and Clover. The 2 people that picked Betray.
Yeah, that's
As
not
soon
gonna
as the
happen.
gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically. The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too. And of course, it's totally random. No rules or anything. Now, with all of that explained, I must bid you adieu. Sadly, we may never meet again.
What?
Well, there's not really anything for me to facilitate anymore. I mean, you guys are good from here, right? I'll never see you guys again. Did you really think I was gonna cry? Nah, 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 nah. Suckers! As if I'd cry over you dummies!
What the? You fucking dick.
You mad? Anyway, good luck. I may be gone, but I'm always watching. Maybe I'll see you again someday.
I'll see you in hell.
Tragedy.
I love this little asshole.
Yeah, me too.
That little piece of shit. If I could just get my hands on that little fucker, I'd squeeze him till he popped.
That sounds gross. I don't really want to think about that.
So what happens now? We've still got a while until the chromatic doors open.
Yeah, looks like about 42 minutes.
We should go and see if we can find any other exits. Maybe there's a vent or a disposal chute or something, if there's a chance Zero missed something.
I concur. There's no point in standing around. We lose nothing by looking. And if we find nothing, we can always return and go through the chromatic doors.
Let's split up. 5 minutes would give us a good half hour or so. Let's meet in front of the chromatic doors 5 minutes before they open then. Any objections?
There were none. After some nods and mumbling, they split up and moved off to investigate. I was the only person who stayed behind. Damn. How the hell did I end up here? Why? Why me? Try as I might, I couldn't think of anything I'd done that could have landed me in Zero's game. I hadn't pissed anyone off, at least not this bad. I didn't owe anybody money, and my family certainly wasn't rich. If anyone was hoping to get a fat ransom payment from me, they were going to be very disappointed. Obviously, I wasn't some kind of genius, nor was I an Olympic athlete, and I certainly hadn't been chosen by God to fulfill some great purpose on his earth. Well, at least if I was, I didn't know it yet. Had I started a fight with a frightening and mysterious new religion? No. Had I hacked into some terrorist group's server? No. Had I witnessed an assassination? No. Had I gotten wasted and had a one-night stand with the mistress of a prominent politician? Well, yes. But it was just the one time. And
just the one time.
And she was the one who went after me. Anyway, I mean, that is something that could get someone trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was just an ordinary college student. If there was a reason I'd been abducted and put in a notary game, I sure couldn't see it. Why was this happening to me? I thought back to what I'd been doing right before I was taken. The memories were still a little blurry, but they were there.
Flashback time.
The flashback light. December 25th, 2028. Early morning, California desert. The moon was beautiful. I just finished writing a paper due that day and was heading to my car from the research building. The parking lot was empty, and a bright moon cast sharp shadows across the chilly pavement. The last time I'd looked at the clock said it was 2 in the morning, which meant that today was Christmas Day.
Oh jeez. Just makes me think of the time back when I was in college, right? And we would have, senior game projects, or like our final was basically like making a project or something. And I remember I would use like my weekends to work on projects all day in the design building, just only going out to eat and then coming back in.
So why was I at school, typing away feverishly on Christmas? There were 3 reasons. First, my home computer had suddenly decided to eat shit. When I hit the power button, I just got nothing. I didn't have the time to spend all night troubleshooting the stupid thing, so I headed back to campus to use one of the school machines. Second, the professor in charge of my research group was a Buddhist. Christmas didn't appear to have any sort of significance to him, and part of me couldn't shake the thought that he was trying to make some kind of point. Third, my girlfriend had broken up with me a week before. I'm sorry, I don't think we should see each other anymore. Goodbye. All I'd got was that one cold email. Try as I might, I couldn't even get in touch with her. Of course, that meant I wouldn't be attending the party we'd been planning on going to. Somehow, I didn't think drinking by myself around a bunch of happy couples would really be a good idea. At any rate, I stayed up all night to finish my paper and emailed it off to my professor before the sun began to rise. As I'd walked across the parking lot, I felt light. Perhaps it was the relief of finishing my paper. Perhaps it was the 5 energy drinks I... No! Don't do that!
No!
5 energy drinks I tried to stay awake. Perhaps it was both.
They're a teenager. They can deal with it.
Somehow I felt like Sigma had a better Christmas than I did, Christmas holiday week than I did last year.
Oof.
I mean, considering this, I don't think so.
I slid into my car and stuck the key into the ignition after only 2 tries. I twisted the key. Nothing happened. Huh? I jiggled the key in the slot and tried again. And again. And again. On the 5th try, the engine made an odd creaking noise, like metal on metal, and fell silent. God damn it, you stupid piece of shit! I screamed and pounded on the steering wheel, but nothing worked. The console was about to get a visit from my fist when... What? What the hell is this? Why is my car smoking? I clawed at the door, and for a moment, I thought that it was just my panic and lack of sleep that were keeping me from opening it. It wasn't long before I realized the truth. Open, goddammit! What was going on? My mind was racing, trying desperately to puzzle out what had happened through a haze of fear and caffeine-fueled neuron misfires. That was when I saw it. Just a glimpse in the rearview mirror, but I was certain there was someone behind my car. Spun around as fast as a very tired college student sitting in a car can. Who's there? June, why would you do this? Or possibly Santa. Which one was it that wore the gas mask and abducted him? Was it Santa?
It's unclear which one actually went into the apartment.
Santa, you son of a bitch. My vision started to swim as the smoke filled the car. The more of it I inhaled, the heavier my body felt. I could already feel the world starting to go dark. The last of my strength failed, and I collapsed sideways into the passenger seat. My eyes slowly dripped closed. When they opened again, I was in the AB room with Phi. Why is this happening to me? I spent a few minutes wallowing in misery. I figured I deserved at least a little self-pity. But even I knew that brooding and whining wasn't going to get me anywhere. Like Kay had said, we needed to at least try and find another way out. So I shook my head to clear it, stood up straight, and headed off.
Did you even just figure out what you choose?
I was not expecting a choice, so yes, that was an accident.
Oh, hey Sigma.
Can I get you a seat?
Are you some kind of waitress?
What do you want?
What do you mean, what do I want? I just came here to check up on you guys. Clover, what is your problem? So, this is the
Feeling
lounge,
a little guilty?
A bar, a sofa, and 3 ladies. I feel like I'm in the VIP room.
Can I get you a drink?
Whoops. You better not be underage.
I turned 21 just the other day.
I see. Well, I guess we could probably have a drink or two then. Unfortunately, as much fun as that sounds like, I don't think it's a very good idea.
Why not?
This isn't really a good time to be getting wasted.
Really? It seems like this sort of thing is exactly what makes people want to drink in the first place.
No, this kind of makes me want to have a shot of the triple chocolate liqueur I have down in our liquor cabinet.
You've got a point.
Sigma?
I'm just
Come on,
kidding.
Clover. You cannot possibly be telling the truth about that.
How so?
The game for the last 999 takes place in 2027. Even if we take the general estimate, the conservative estimate that it took place early in that year, and that this is taking place obviously around the time frame of the December of 2028, that would still mean that she could have only been 2 years older, meaning that at absolute maximum Clover is 20.
Besides, I've got a headache. Drinking is probably not the best
It
plan.
hasn't gone away yet?
Well, it was fine for a while, but now I guess the bastard's back.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm sure if I just leave it alone, it'll go away in a bit. That's how it went before, anyway. Has this been happening to anyone else?
What? The headaches?
Uh-huh.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I did get one a bit ago. I feel fine now, though.
What about you, Luna?
You know, I think I did have a bit of a headache earlier. Not me. No headaches here. Well...
Well, what?
I'm suffering from sinus headaches.
I just feel kind of weird. Your head feels weird?
It's like I'm always smiling, no matter what.
No. My body feels weird. Like my whole body.
Do you feel kind of numb? I think I've got the same thing. It's kind of like, when you fall asleep on top of one of your arms. And then when you wake up, that arm kind of feels like it's not really yours anymore. It's not just my arm, though. My whole body feels kind of numb and foreign.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of like that, but...
Oh, if that's what you're talking about, then yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, I thought he was going to go into like an hour-long diatribe about phantom limb sensation. Really?
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's because of the anesthetic gas.
The what now?
It might have looked like white smoke. The stuff they used when they abducted you.
Oh, yeah, right.
It seems like we were unconscious for a long time, so it must have been pretty powerful stuff.
You think this might be some kind of side effect?
Well, it could be a side effect, or it could be that it just hasn't worn off completely yet.
Whatever. That's not important. Right now we need to figure out how to get out of here.
Alright, I'll go have a look somewhere else then. You guys going to stick around here?
Yeah. Haven't really taken a good look at everything yet.
Okay. Catch you later then. I wave goodbye and head toward the exit. Where to next?
I have an apple soda to have with our fun times this stream.
Yay.
You know, I might just go get a quick shot of the chocolate liqueur because I really want to know how it tastes. I'll be right.
Okay.
This game is driving me to drinking, guys.
Well, fuck it. I guess
You're not
since
even
we're
under
all
control.
doing it.
Hey, I'm not. I just have water.
I'll be right back. I've got a bottle of wine with my name on it.
So, this is the infirmary,
Oh,
huh?
Sigma.
Alice.
What's up with your face? You look like you just saw a roach. Are you still angry?
Of course. I'm teetering on the brink of the abyss thanks to you.
I didn't have a choice. I'm just trying to get out of here like we all are.
And that's enough to justify screwing someone else over?
It's not what I meant, and you know it. If I'd known for sure that you were going to choose Ally, then I would have chosen Ally too.
Easy for you to say that now.
What? Am I such a horrible person for wanting to get out of here? I have to get out of here. There's so many things I still want to do.
Like what?
Well, let's see. I want to wear lots of gorgeous clothes. I want to eat tons of delicious food and fall in love.
What an idiot.
Excuse me?
And I was going to take your side, but after that load of horse shit, you're on your own.
Ugh. Look. Let me try this again. I'm frustrated, but there really is something important I have to do.
Which is?
Avenge my father's murder. That's what I have to do.
What happened to him? Could you elaborate on that?
No, I couldn't. This isn't the kind of thing I should be telling people I don't even know.
Fine. Just tell me one thing. Does your father's murder have anything to do with us being trapped
I
here?
have no idea. As to why you're here, your guess is as good as mine. But it's possible that his death is connected to my abduction. I was on their trail. I was tracking down the people who killed him.
How close were you?
I can't say.
I'm back.
But it's possible that I was getting close enough that they decided something had to be done with me.
What's Alice talking about?
Her
Are you a
father's
detective?
murder.
Well, I wouldn't really say I'm a detective. Not a bad guess, though.
This shit
Why
is
are you guys
good.
looking at me like that?
Well, I mean, you don't really have the detective look.
I didn't say I was a detective.
Then what are you?
No.
CIA? Fine. Well, whatever you are, you don't look like one.
That's fine. In my line of work, the less I look like what I am, the better. Better I keep them guessing.
Hey, what's the deal with you and Clover?
What's she got to do with anything?
Well, you know each other, right? I was thinking maybe you were related or worked together or something.
No, she has nothing to do with my work. She's just a friend that I met somewhere.
Where's somewhere?
In the middle of a desert.
A desert?
Yes. But that's an awfully long story.
We know that
Wait,
story,
hold on.
actually.
Why am I the only person getting the 3rd degree? That doesn't seem fair to me.
I mean, you are the one who betrayed me, so...
How about you guys give up a little personal information, too?
I mean, I don't think our name. I
We'll
don't think
start
our
with you,
name is
Tenmyoji.
Junpei.
Who are you?
Just a garbage collector.
Any ties to Zero?
None.
What's your relationship with Quark? You two know each other, right?
Do I have to answer that?
Well, if you really don't want to, it's not like I can force you.
No. And I apologize, but I don't have anything to say about that subject. I mean, it's not like you told us everything either.
I see. Very well then. Dio, it's your turn. What's your profession?
Well, you're probably gonna think I'm full of shit, but I'm a circus ringleader.
A ringleader?
You're kidding.
Nope. I'm the real deal. I lead a company of about 50 people. We travel all over the world. It was my grandfather's grandfather who founded it, but my father died at a young age. I'm a 5th generation ringleader. My old man was a
Andre, do
trapeze
you like
artist.
chocolate?
Chocolate is mid.
He tried
Damn,
to do
bro.
this quadruple flip. Missed. Well, I guess he wasn't really young.
I've never felt so
He was about
betrayed.
40. Still, he was pretty reckless for a guy that age. Always talking about how he couldn't let the kids show him up. Guess he just took it too far.
I don't know,
see.
man. It feels like the two of us could be little drinking buddies or something.
You lost your father too, then?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting here drinking wine, so...
I mean, Dragon Cat,
Shit.
I was thinking
Guess I got a little sappy there.
or a stage magician.
Anyway,
Yeah,
point is,
yeah.
I don't have any damn idea how I'm connected to Zero. I got grabbed on the last night of one of our tour stops. I'd gone out to a couple bars and gotten shit-faced. On my way back to the caravan, this black van pulls up. Somebody grabs me and throws me inside. Before I can even get a look at them, they hit me with that gas and I'm out like a light. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in the AB room. Anyway, enough about me. We still haven't heard your story, Sigma. Who are you?
I told you guys the first time we met. Don't you remember? I was on my way home from school, and when I got into my car, this white gas started pouring out of everywhere.
Are you some kind of doctor?
Huh? No, I'm still working on my degree. I'm shooting for a PhD, but I'm not quite there
I
yet.
guess you've been working on that for quite a while, huh?
Yeah, I guess I have.
Can you think of anything that might connect you to any of this?
Believe me, I thought about it, but I just keep drawing a blank.
What about Zero?
No idea.
Do any of the people here look familiar to you?
Nope. You're all strangers. Well, I can't really say for sure about Kay since I haven't seen his face. I suppose it's possible he's someone I know.
Just who is he anyway?
Until that amnesia clears up, I don't think we've got any way of knowing.
Oh, come on. You know he's full of shit.
You still don't believe him?
Of course not.
Okay, well, Kay is a bit of a mystery, but what about some of the others? Clover, for instance. What does she do?
I think she's a student. At night, she's a waitress or a bartender or something.
What about Quark? Well, I guess he probably doesn't really have a job, huh? He's still in elementary school, right? Why is that funny?
It's nothing. Just forget about it. Yeah, you're right. Boy his age would be in elementary school.
You really don't know much, do you? About Quark, I mean.
And if it makes you feel better, sure.
Well, I know a little about Luna. I got her talking when we were in the infirmary. She says she's got some sort of medical license or something.
She's a nurse?
It could mean she's a doctor.
I don't know. She didn't say. Just going by how she looks, though, I'd guess nurse.
That leaves us with Phi. She's the most mysterious to me. What does a girl like that do?
You've been around her the most, Sigma. She told you anything?
Look, I just don't know, alright? It's just kind of there. Like, I looked at you, and some part of my brain just said, that's Sigma.
No, nothing in particular.
You sure?
Yeah. She's a real mystery, all right. I honestly know about as much as you do. So, basically nothing. I hadn't really realized it until I said it. I'd spent hours with Vi, and yet I knew nothing about her except her name. And I only had her word that even that was the truth. Who was she, really? The more I thought about it, the more suspicious she seemed. A fake detective, a waitress, a garbage collector, an elementary school kid, a nurse, a circus ringleader, plus 2 total mysteries. So what do we all have in common? I don't think Zero would just grab a bunch of people randomly.
There's no point to talking about this. We should just focus on getting out of here.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna go check on the others then.
Where do you plan on going?
I think I'll head to the crew
I
quarters.
see. Right. Later, bro.
You gotta stop mashing.
What?
You gotta stop mashing.
What do you mean?
Oh, you actually picked that option? Looked like you mashed through it.
There was only one option. Because I checked the other 2 locations already.
Okay, fair enough.
I headed out of the infirmary.
Oh, Sigma. Perfect timing.
You were in the crew quarters before, weren't you?
I'm sorry, but every time I see Quark and I see like his weird ass headband and well his hat, I'm just thinking of the soda drinking hat from SpongeBob.
Oh, that's
Like,
not
every
for drinking
time.
soda.
That is exactly what I thought you would say.
Yeah,
That looks like a fucking napkin dispenser.
Vi, Alice, and I went through all the rooms.
Did you find anything suspicious?
Like a secret door or something?
At least blankets on that.
If I had, you really think I wouldn't have told you?
Anything
It was his hat, Mr. Dio! He was number 1!
I'm trying to get through this.
Sorry.
Out of the ordinary.
What's this book?
Oh, that's a book about cats.
A meowt?
Oh, sorry. It's just a thing that happened to me ever since I was a kid. Whenever I start talking about cats, I start talking like one. It doesn't really mean anything, though.
Okay.
That's weird. So what's the cat book about?
I love the, like, absolute flat delivery he gave that.
I also have to say I love K's shocked face. It's giving me Brooke vibes from One Piece.
Oh, well, there's this quantum physics thought experiment called Schrodinger's cat. This book talks me out it.
Oh, yes, I've heard about that. A cat is put in a box with a device that has a random chance to release a poison which will kill the cat. That means the cat is both alive and dead until someone opens the box. Something like that, right?
Meowby?
What?
I don't really know anything about it. I'm just telling you what Fi told me.
So it probably isn't gonna give us any hints then.
Quark?
Oh my god,
damn it,
it's
now
spreading.
He's making Quark do it.
Oops.
Well, what about you guys?
What do you mean?
You checked out the lounge with Clover and Tem Myoji, and Cork was in the infirmary with Dio and Luna. Anything suspicious there?
Well, this whole facility is pretty suspicious, but I suppose that's not what you meant. Well, the puzzles in the lounge were lunar eclipse themed.
Lunar eclipse?
Yes. Apparently, there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse on December 31st, 2028. All the puzzles were related to that somehow.
Are we getting a solar eclipse pretty soon? Like,
yes.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We were talking about it.
Damn, we start the game with a bunny mask on Easter, and then we play the following game on the day before a solar eclipse.
Isn't that this New Year's Eve?
I suppose it is. Well, I can't say I know what year or even what day it is, but
It reminds me
was saying
sort of
something to
the
that
time when the Super Gaming Brothers were playing through Sonic Unleashed. They started it on the 15-year anniversary of the game. It's weird how sometimes how shit works sometimes.
31st, huh? I'd been knocked out at dawn on the 25th, so the 31st would be 6 days after that. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. What did it have to do with any of this? Well, I mean, moons and bunnies, maybe? Try as they might, couldn't think of any way an eclipse could be connected to our abductions.
What about the infirmary, Quark? Did you find anything there?
Yeah, we did find something. Just one thing, though.
What was it?
Dio and Luna didn't tell you?
No.
Okay, I got it right here. Just a second.
Quark reached into his pocket and pulled out what appeared to be a newspaper clipping. My throat began to tighten as I read it. Radical 6 infection spreads. Cure continues to elude authorities. The Radical 6 virus continues to spread across the globe like wildfire. When was this released?
2012, I think? Or 2013.
How recent was this after, oh god, what was it? Avian flu?
I do not know.
Let me look that up, so...
The World Health Organization has confirmed that the death toll is estimated to have passed 100,000 victims. Immediate quarantine of any infected patients is strongly advised.
Well, avian flu has been around since the 1950s, so whatever.
Yeah, avian flu's been around a long ass time.
Did you mean swine flu?
I might be thinking swine flu. It was
swine
something,
flu.
It was something that was
apparently
going around for quite a while, and everyone was really concerned about it. But it was like a decade before the COVID-19 pandemic.
H1N1 you might be thinking of.
Yeah, so that was actually in 2009.
Okay, so that would have been
You know,
only
when
3 years
999 came out.
That would have been only 3 years before this game.
So it's possible that they could be making a veiled reference to H1N1.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It seems a little hard to believe.
If it really is some kind of pandemic, though, it sounds like a pretty big deal.
Yes, it does.
There hasn't been anything on the news, though. This is the first time I've heard the term Radical 6.
If it is true, then I worry about what might be happening to the world outside.
Have we Perhaps it is not 2028, but 2029, and we have lost an entire year.
Is there a pandemic raging on the other side of these walls?
Clover's voice shattered the silence.
You guys, hurry! You need to come with me.
Has something happened?
Yes! I mean, sort of. I mean, we found something. What did you find? It's horrible. It's really scary.
Horrible?
Oh, never mind. Just shut up and follow me. You'll understand when you see it.
Where is it?
It's right over here in the next room. Just follow me.
Clover was first into the room, followed quickly by me, Kay, and Quark. She said nothing, just pointed under the bed. The three of us crouched down and followed her finger. There it was.
Oh shit!
What the hell is this?
I think it's a bomb.
Bomb?
A bomb.
Blows up!
No way.
So,
JC, a bomb.
thank you, Sigma.
Bomb.
Goodbye.
Wait, I just realized.
What?
That picture, was that from the moon's surface with the Earth in the sky?
I mean, it looked like the desert to me.
I mean, it's hard to tell with it just being black and white, but
It felt to me like it was I kind of thought that at first, but I think it might be the Earth out in the desert with the moon in the background.
Well, we'll find out later. Of course. It was the same bomb I'd seen in my vision. Then it hadn't been a hallucination. Had it actually been a premonition?
We need to tell everybody!
No, it's all right. Luna's out rounding them up. They should be here in just a few seconds. See?
Where is it? Where's this bomb?
No sooner had she spoken the words than the rest of our fellow captives appeared. Luna pushed through them and pointed at the bomb.
There! You see?
For several long moments, we just stared in silence. Slowly, we began to eye one another. Old suspicions suddenly reawakened. It was Phi who finally broke the silence.
Doesn't look like it has a timed detonator. There must be a remote somewhere.
You're right. It'll probably use an active button or switch of some sort, not a dead man switch. If we can get it,
Why is it called a
we should
dead
be
man
safe
switch?
as long as we don't press the button.
Because it activates when the person holding the switch dies.
How do they... How does that work?
So you hold it to arm it, and you let it go to trigger the detonation. If you die, your hand automatically clenches and lets go, and boom.
I see.
Who was the first person to find this?
Me! And Luna. We found it while we were searching this room.
I thought you and Luna were in the lounge.
Well, yeah. We looked all over, but we couldn't find anything there. So we gave up on the lounge and came here.
I can confirm that. I wanted to look around the lounge some more, so I stayed back. You guys must have found it when you got here then?
Yes.
How did you know it was a bomb?
Well, I mean, I could tell just by looking at it.
Why?
Well, during my train...
Clover!
Clover's eyes widened and she clapped her hands over her mouth.
Anyway, this is definitely a bomb. I guarantee it.
How do you know?
I just do, okay?
You sounded pretty sure about the switch, too. How do you know all this?
Let's just say it's an occupational hazard.
What kind of occupation do you have?
I can't tell you that.
Spare me the bullshit. This isn't time for keeping secrets.
Please, just trust me. Look, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm sure that's a bomb.
Okay,
and it's not
you
just any
say
kind of
just
bomb.
trust me, but you literally just betrayed me. So
Right,
no,
I was about
I'm
to say
not
the same
going to
thing.
trust you.
It's an antimatter bomb.
Yeah, but
Antimatter.
but that was your fault for being stupid and choosing allies, dumbass.
Wait, you mean a bomb that uses annihilation energy?
Oh, you know what that is? Anyway, yes, you're right.
No.
It's an antimatter bomb? I don't think those exist.
I mean, it's a theory at the moment.
I mean,
I would have thought
it's a
you'd
video
know.
game.
Huh? Why?
Well, your name is Quark.
This universe, the Zero Escape universe is in contact with Giratina. Next question.
You do know what that means, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Grandpa told me about it. He said it's an elementary particle, one of the smallest bits of matter, but I don't really know anything else.
I see. Can you explain it to him, Tenmyoji?
Me?
Well, you know him best. I thought you could explain it best.
I don't know. It's hard to think of a way to explain it in simple terms.
You want me to do it?
Yes, please.
Phi nodded and turned to Quark.
Okay. To begin with, we usually refer to bits of matter as particles, but there are also these things called antiparticles. For example, an electron is a particle with a negative charge. It has a sort of opposite, which is the antiparticle called the positron. It has a positive charge instead of a negative one, like the electron. So, protons have antiprotons and neutrons have antineutrons. Antimatter is a general term that covers all the antiparticles. The thing that's
I mean,
interesting
we have an
about
electron
antimatter
right here.
is that because it's the opposite of normal matter, when they collide, they both sort of cancel each other out. When they cancel each other out, though, it releases a whole bunch of energy. That process is called annihilation. So, an antimatter bomb is a bomb that uses annihilation energy.
Sorry. I don't really get it.
Oh. Alright, how about this? You've got men and women, right? They're kind of like complete opposites. What happens when you put them together? Well, if there were, quantum men and women, then when you put them together, they'd disappear. Because their opposite elements cancel each other out.
Phi, I think you have completely lost the point in this analogy.
Like when a plus cancels out a minus, you get 0. That's annihilation.
I'll give her a pass because this is a game that was made in 2012 and she's explaining things to a kid.
But when you get annihilation, you also get...
I know! A baby!
Exactly. In this case, the baby you get is the energy from the annihilation. It's not a real baby, of course, but like a baby, it's got all sorts of potential to do amazing things.
I feel like I get what she means, though, as weird as that sounds.
I mean,
the baby could be Albert Einstein, or the baby could be Hitler.
That's kind of a strange explanation.
You followed it, though, right?
Yeah!
Yeah, but that thing under the bed isn't going to be making a baby. Just how big of an explosion are we gonna get here?
It's pretty simple, actually. Just use Einstein's E equals mc squared. The
Math?
mass lost during annihilation will be converted to energy, so...
So you would take the total mass of matter and antimatter and multiply it by the speed of light squared. That should get you the amount of energy.
For example, let's say that it has 350 milligrams of antimatter. That would mean there would also be 350 milligrams of matter, right?
So you'd have 700 milligrams total.
Yes. That means annihilation would produce roughly 63 trillion joules.
Oh, that's just a little bit of napkin math. No big deal.
63 trillion joules?
That's about as much energy as the Hiroshima bomb.
What the? You've got to be kidding me. But there's only 350 milligrams of stuff in there.
Well, technically it's 700 milligrams since you have the matter and the antimatter.
That's not the point! We're talking about something that weighs less than a gram, being equal to a bomb that weighed like 10,000 pounds!
Don't get so excited. I think I know what kind of bomb this is. It's probably using antihydrogen. There should only be about 25 micrograms of material in there.
That's less than 1,000th of a gram. So you'd only get about 45 billion joules of energy, right?
What is
Again, just some casual napkin math.
About as much explosive power as 1 ton of TNT.
A ton?
Yes. Well, approximately.
And how exactly should I not worry about that? That's enough to blow up a 10-story building!
Dio, how do you know this? That is oddly specific.
That is oddly
just
specific.
math
But it's a
with
lot less powerful
some
than an
reason.
atomic bomb. We don't know how big this place is. If we can get far enough away from the bomb, we might have a chance
What
of
is it
surviving.
with death games making us want to look at science shit and being really good at math?
But how do we know this is the only bomb?
Again,
What do you mean?
this is only
Look at
a
it carefully.
Kutaro Uchikoshi thing, not
It's
a
got a
death
number
game
3.
thing.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
If the bombs are numbered,
Then there could be a number 2 bomb or a number 1 bomb out there, huh?
yes. There's no way to know if this is the final bomb either. There could be a 4th, or a 5th, or...
Anyway, we can't just sit here and do nothing. We should move it.
Dio stepped forward and reached for the bomb.
No! Don't touch it!
Alice grabbed Dio by the wrist and jerked him away from the bed.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Have you got a death wish or something? This bomb is here because somebody planted it. Do you really think they didn't rig it to go off if some idiot tried to move it?
Then what the fuck are we supposed to do?
We'll just have to leave it be
So,
for now.
what we need to do is get some liquid nitrogen spray and freeze it.
Yeah, exactly.
Until we can find the detonator or figure out how to turn it off.
And you're telling us we should just prance off and ignore the incredibly deadly bomb that is probably gonna kill us all?
There's not much
No,
else we
no,
can
no.
do.
No, we don't have to ignore it. We just have to freeze it, and then we have to watch out for the fat dude running around on roller skates. Duh!
Do you know how to turn it off?
God.
Well, there is a way.
Then spill the beans, lady. How do we turn the damn thing off?
There should be an emergency deactivation password. If you enter that password, the device should, well, deactivate.
So we just
In
need to
case
get
it
this
isn't
password?
In case
Yes,
it is an
that's
obvious Dragon Cat, I was referencing Metal Gear Solid 2.
Oh yeah, there is a segment of the game where you gotta freeze the bombs.
Yep. But there's no keyboard or
And you have to
anything
fight-
on the bomb.
Look again.
Then you have to fight a fat man
You see it?
cruising
Right
around
here.
on roller skates
There's
while
a
he's
port.
drinking out of a wine glass with a straw.
That is the reference.
If we can find the password input device, we just connect it here. Then we can enter the password.
I think it's Fat Man. Which
Yeah.
makes sense
Who would
also
do
because,
something like
you
this?
know,
I have no
Fat
idea.
Man was one of the bombs dropped on Japan. And
Yep.
So we can figure out when they
fucking,
did it.
Kojima is on the nose like that.
Oh, yeah?
When you and I searched this room, we didn't find anything, right? So that means the bomb must have been planted after we'd left.
After we left, huh? But when we went and checked the chromatic doors, we were all there. And after that, we've all been around other people. There's no way anyone could have snuck off the planet.
I don't know about that. After we finished the AB game, we all split up. But if someone planted it right before then...
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah. You don't know, do you? Before we went off to the 3 rooms, we searched the hallway. Everybody was all split up.
Yeah. Anyone could have come by here then. It would have been easy to sneak away.
You know, I don't remember seeing you around, Sigma. What were you
Oh my
doing?
god.
Well, I was just kind of deep in thought, I guess. I stayed behind in the warehouse when you guys went off.
You know, and having a minor panic attack over the fact that I was 1 point away from dying, thanks to you, Alice!
Hey, why are you guys giving me that look? You don't think I planted it, do you?
I never said that.
Not out loud, you didn't. You've got to be kidding me. I don't know anything about this bomb.
Really? Are you sure? Back when we were in the AB room, you said you saw the moment when the bomb exploded.
That was just a... I could hardly say premonition. They didn't think it was the worst lie on the planet. They'd think I was insane. Okay, Clover, do you know about morphogenetic fields?
Of course she knows about it.
Wait. This doesn't make any sense. According to Tenmyoji, any one of us could have been in here. Why am I the only one who's under suspicion? Also, there's no way to know the culprit here is actually one of us. Maybe there's somebody else in here, and they set up the...
Impossible. There's
Why?
no way that would get past Zero. And there's no way Zero would let anybody do something that would get in the way of the game going forward.
Unless they are Zero themselves.
What?
Ugh.
When you say zero,
Yes,
you mean
again.
the AI, right?
What was that?
Loey is right. We are close to time, so let's minimize the diversions.
Yes, I've been trying to speed through this as fast as I can.
Of course.
This is confusing. From now on, let's refer to the real Zero, the one behind all of this, as Zero Senior, which would, of course, make the AI Zero Junior.
Okay, fine with me. Anyway, whichever one it is, they're not going to let a 10th person in. There's no way.
But what if the 10th person is Zero Senior?
I don't think it could be.
Why not?
Well, Zero Jr. said so. He said that the real Zero was one of us.
And we're supposed to trust the word of a killer rabbit?
Rabbit AIs are trustworthy. Next question.
Fi and Clover were right. There could be a 10th guest. But what about an 11th guest? And Zero Sr. was, without a doubt, among us.
Oh my god.
But if that was the case, then could Zero Sr. have planted the bomb? If not, then who had? Alice, Dio, Luna, Kay, Clover, Tenmyoji, Fi, or... It seemed insane, but could it have been Quark? No. Why would Zero Sr. have gone to all the trouble of setting a bomb? To make this game more exciting? To make it seem more dangerous? No. It didn't fit at all. But if that was the case, then the person who planted the bomb was someone other than Zero Sr.
Oh no! This is bad!
What is it?
Press the buttons on your bracelet.
Ah, shit. Is this for real?
We've only got 4 minutes until the chromatic doors open!
Let's go then.
You're right. This bomb thing is gonna have to wait until later.
All right.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
The doors have opened.
We need to figure out who's going where and fast.
So our options this time are,
We don't have time to wait for you to figure it out. Just pay attention. I'm only gonna say this once.
Fi laid out our options. Option A, Luna and I, yellow, pair up with Clover, cyan, to open the green door.
That seems like a good way to get betrayed.
Pair up with Alice to open the red door. Kay and Quark pair up with Fi to open the blue door. Option B, Luna and I pair up with Fi to open the red door. Tenmyoji and Dio pair up with Clover to open the blue door. Kay and Quark pair up with Alice to open the green door. Option C, Luna and I pair up with Alice to open the blue door. Tenmyoji and Dio pair up with Fi to open the green door. Kay and Quark pair up with Clover to open the red door.
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors
I'm currently
close.
leaning either B or C.
I say C just so that we can betray Alice.
Petty.
If I pick C, I'm actually going to pick Ally a second time just to see what happens.
I guess that's not an option.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any input on that?
I mean, it's you two who are going through the story. You're the ones who make the choice.
Yeah. I played this already.
True, okay. I guess Dorsey it is. We're going through with Alice again. Okay, how are we going to do
Need a
this?
system here, or we'll never have time to argue it out. Why don't we let the people who are at the most disadvantage right now decide?
The most what?
The people who only have 1 BP.
Oh, so that would be me, you, and Tenmyoji.
No way. I refuse.
Well, then what would you suggest?
We'll be fair and take a vote.
A vote? So we all just, like, raise our hands for the option we want.
Exactly.
So which one do you want, Alice?
Option C. I want to go with Sigma and Luna.
Tough. Pick something else.
My. Looks like you're not so fond of me anymore. Do you agree with him, Luna?
I'll just let Sigma decide.
Fine.
I'd like option C too. Clover and I were a pair for the first round, so I feel that I can trust her. What about you, Quark?
That's fine with me.
So that's 3 votes for option C, counting mine. How about the rest of you?
I'd like to pair up with Sigma and Luna too.
So, option B then. I'd like to go with 5. You good with that, Luna?
Sure. I really don't mind.
Then we've got 3 votes for option B.
I'd like to go with option A.
You want to pair up with Alice? You're a strange duck.
How about you, Tenmyoji?
I don't mind going with option A.
1 minute remains until chromatic doors close.
So 2 votes for A and 3 votes for B and C. If Clover's vote doesn't decide this thing, we're gonna have to figure something else out.
Which one do you want, Clover?
I want to go with option C. Quark chose Ally in the first round, and I was with Kay in the first round.
Then that's what we're doing.
Option C had 1
Lucky
vote.
for you, you get that answer either way.
Huh. I'm so used to like how 999 always left the decision up to me. We were almost out of time, and I didn't exactly have a convincing argument. I was going to have to go with the majority.
10 seconds remain until chromatic doors close. 9, 8, 7.
The doors are closing. Let's go!
Come on, Luna, hurry up. We've got to get to the blue door.
Right.
Obviously, when the escape room starts is when we'll end.
Yeah. Luna,
Yeah.
Alice, and I dashed toward the blue door. I looked over my shoulder in time to see the others disappearing into their doors. Clover, Quark, and Kay had ended up at the red door. Phi, Dio, and Tenmyoji had gone to the green door.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
And we're about to enter my favorite room in the game, for a reason that will be obvious once we get there.
So I'm guessing that essentially the second door, each of the 3 options you could pick for the first door would have led to a different option for the second door.
Oh, of course, this would be a botanical garden. Yeah, why am I not surprised?
Huh? There's 3 doors here.
It looks like they're all locked, though.
Does that mean this is just a dead end?
Well, there's a weird lever thing over here.
Try pulling it.
How about you try pulling it?
Hey, what's with all this hostility? Are you still mad about the last AB game?
Of course I am!
Please don't fight. We need to work together, or we're really going to be in trouble. Please? Very well. I'll pull the lever then. Is that okay?
Yeah, go right ahead. See if I care.
Botanical garden, Blanc, not tentacle garden.
No! Oh no!
No! One of the doors opens.
I mean, I would be fine with the tentacle garden
I wonder
too.
how you open the other ones.
No, thank you.
Who cares? We should get moving.
This is reminding me a fair bit of Danganronpa 1.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, chapter 5 area?
Yeah. The place where
Just-
we found Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student somewhere in the school. The one they refer to as the ultimate despair.
Who has the ultimate despair? Watch out for her.
I was just about to make a reference to a tarp-covered corpse, but you beat me to it.
What is this place? Don't tell me we somehow managed to get outside.
I doubt it. Look up. There's a ceiling up there.
Yeah, I remember the door said Bee Garden or something. What's a bee garden?
It probably stands for something. Maybe beautiful?
Huh.
This feels like a whole other little world.
Like an oasis in the middle of all this metal.
I feel kind of weird saying this, considering where we are, but this place feels so liberating. All of this green. It's wonderful.
It's huge, though. We'll wear ourselves ragged trying to search the whole thing.
This must be the exit. Well, so much for this being easy. It's locked.
We should split up and look around.
Agreed.
Well, let's get to it then.
Next time, though.
Next time.
Yeah,
Next time we'll explore the botanical garden.
I feel like the cutscenes between things are taking longer than they did with 999.
Yeah, they are. They do. This is a significantly longer game.
Yeah.
This will not be the last time we'll have a stream almost exclusively taken up by cutscenes.
Alright. Well, that's it for this session on our little dramatic reading of this plot, I suppose. But we will be back next week to actually explore the botanical garden. And I will also be back on Wednesday for some more variety streams. Something else this time. I think I will be trying out Crisis Core on Wednesdays going forward.
I thought you were going to go and do Blaze Blue at some point.
It's on the list, but for various reasons, Crisis Core got bumped up in terms of like what I want to get through, because I am putting off other things before I go through it.
Okay.
But until then, I shall see you all next time.
Have a nice teleport!
Oh boy. Take care, everybody.
Take care.